Hi there, Coach Soul here. In today's Performance Edge Weekly Wisdom, I'm excited because I'm going to share something, a unique way, a unique teaching that will help you take your performance to the next level, whether you're trying to go to the next level. So today's video is going to be a little longer because it's a new concept that I'm going to share that I have not seen anywhere, but I promise you, if you stay till the end, you will agree with me that this is something that you can use that will take you to the next level. So today's topic, the lost key to mastery and exceptional performance, the perennial loop. So the lost secret key to mastery and exceptional performance, and it's a perennial loop. Why is it a secret? Because of two main reasons. The first one is only the top 5% masters apply this principle constantly. And that is why they are the masters in the respected field. And the key word here to pay attention to is constantly. Okay? And the second reason why it's a secret is because it's overlooked. And it has not been taught holistically through the millenniums, but it's been taught in bits and pieces. So what is that lost secret key? I call it the perennial loop. So if you can think about this, it's a loop process. If you can picture the infinite loop, right? It's like figure 8, right? So now let's move to a key distinction. Why that principle is ultimate, the perennial principle, the perennial loop. The first reason is this, because it's a fractal principle that supersedes all other principles of high performance. So as above, so below. As within, so without. So this principle I've been taught independently, and what I've discovered is that they are unity. So it's not two different concepts. They are unified. And I'm going to share that with you a little bit. So let us dive in. The first distinction, let's start with the end. It's a second loop, right? In the infinite symbol, right? You have heard about it. It's know thyself. Know thyself. So let me explain. The only source of knowledge is experience. Again, the only source of knowledge is experience. Albert Einstein popularized that. You might have heard, but it stems from the fact that I know nothing is a mode of humility, that to recognize that in any field, right, the knowledge you have is insignificant compared to what is left to be discovered. So discovery and knowledge are the end process of experience. It is the omega, right? It is the end, it's a completion. So what is the alpha if knowledge is the omega? So what is the beginning of a process of discovery? Ready? So before I share that first loop in a minute, the second key distinction I'm going to share in a minute, I want to make this a little bit experiential, right? Just to show you how it is always overlooked by most people and why it is part of a lost secret. Ready for that experience? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to invite you to check with yourself in a minute. In a minute, after I share the principle, I want you to notice your thought. Where did your mind go when I share the principle? You ready? So the first loop in that infinite loop is a single common principle that differentiates the best of the best. And it's one sentence. Learn thyself. Learn thyself. So let me pause here. Learn thyself also can be I can learn with skill. I can learn what I don't know how to do, right? So let me pause here. Here is the exercise. Where did your mind go when I say the principle, learn thyself? Where did your mind go when I say I can learn? No judgment here, really. But what I want to exemplify here is a real differentiator. Why? Here is my point. Because there are two scenarios. In case your mind went to the first one, I already heard about this, I know this. What happened? Your mind shut down. Your mind shut down to listen to what is next. Your mind shut down to what could be. Your mind shut down to possibilities. Your mind shut down to new perspective. In that scenario, in that state of mind, where you're saying you know already, you are not open to new perspective. So let us face it. Because even if you already heard about this, maybe you didn't hear it from me. Or maybe even if it was the case, you heard it in a different stage, in a different time. So a new distinction that could have happened, you shut it down. Right? So now let's be fair. The second scenario could be what? Your mind, you stay curious. And if that was the case, congratulations. Because that's what creates mastery at any level. By constantly staying curious and open and see what you can learn. I hope this was a good experiential, right? So now let us come back to a point I wanted to make. Why that principle is overlooked? Because most of our problem in our performance in our daily life stem from the clash between a part of us that always thinks it knows how things have to be versus the reality, while the best of the best are always open to that principle. I can learn. Learn thyself. It is the first circle in the perennial loop. And the second circle is know thyself. Right? So, know thyself is a completion of a quest that starts with learning. So here is the biggest secret why it's a unity, why it's a holistic. Because why? Because more than anything else, it's a spiritual principle. We are here to grow. Because the role of experience is to help you grow. The masters understand that growth is a spiritual need of our human existence. Why? We are drawn to grow and to know more of ourselves. It is our initial longing to know more of ourselves and to go back to source. You know why? Because we are created in the image of the infinite. We are created in the image of a divine. The masters have that mindset. I can learn. I can learn. Just to share with you how that principle is timeless. And it's a practice that the masters constantly practice and do. Not some of the time, not when they feel like it, but all the time. In fact, if you have done any sport, right, at high level, you know that mindset is necessary. If you are a leader in business, if you are a parent, you understand this. In fact, if you read the book from Carol Dweck, she captured this principle and called it the growth mindset. You see, that's just one part of a loop, right? Know thyself is the omega, the completion of a timeless principle that is ingrained in our DNA. Learn thyself is the alpha of the principle, right? So Learn thyself, know thyself. Learn thyself, know thyself. Learn thyself, discover yourself. The fact is, you don't know what you don't know. So learn thyself is a constant practice that the masters are obsessed with. Because why? Because they understand we are infinite and we have been created in the image of our Creator. Self-knowledge is ultimate knowledge. Yes? Because knowing yourself means knowing the divine in you, since we are created in the image of a Creator which is infinite. So back at you now. What did you learn? Or what could you learn? Is that a constant practice for you in all your endeavor? If not, where could you improve and be more rigorous with that being constant? I can learn. So let us remember, yes, the only source of knowledge is experience. The only source of knowledge is experience, again. And the role of experience is to allow us to know more. The role of experience allows us to know more. More of what? More of ourselves. That is why the role of experience is here to help us grow. That is why the master lost key is the unity, the perennial loop. Learn thyself, know thyself. Learn thyself, know thyself. Learn thyself, know thyself. When you say I can learn, you are opening yourself to learn about the divine in you. That is why when you are truly animated by that desire of learning, when you are animated by principle, you are animated by a spiritual principle that supersedes all of them. As above, so below. As within, so without. When you say I know, what are you doing? You are distancing yourself from source. That is why fear is driven by what we don't know. That is why fear is based out of ignorance, by the unknown. So I'm inviting you by actively build that principle. Learn thyself, know thyself. Learn thyself, know thyself. That's a perennial loop. I hope this serves you. As you can see, I'm really excited about this. Till next time, live your truth. Learn thyself, know thyself. That is a perennial loop. That is a lost, hidden, secret key to excellence. And that's a master key that's gotta be taught. All right? Till next time, see you then. Bye. Live your truth.